Hi guys, it's MegaDragonoid playing, yeah, the Great Ace Chronicles. So yeah, we're doing crazy stuff. I will soon also have a little bit of good news regarding to another Let's Play I was doing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. I swapped over to Mario Kart DS, so I could help it. I might also have beaten the dungeon in Like a Dragon Nation. It's also been a crazy ride. Hell of a shit, that was hard. Woo! Finally passed it. Enemies were not plushy. And what do I have more to add? Oh yeah, I'm done with game. Well, actually, new game. No. Yeah, new game 2 in Mega Man Battle Network 4 Blue Moon. I'm now going for number 3 because that's the very hard mode. I need to do that to get a 100, well, the other all standard chips. So, ouch, it's gonna be hard. Hope I get the last soldier I'm missing. But yeah, we're going to do this together with Sira and Justin. You probably heard them in the background a bit. So I gotta yeet them out, like.
Yeet them out, oh damn. I need to watch out.
Well, shall we continue?
Yeah.
Did we do this line? I can't remember.
Okay, I will redo it. Or because Miss Pavlova only came into this cabin last night. She hasn't had a chance to make any tea yet. I mean, it could be either.
That. I definitely there was okay, thirsty. I lay 1,000 to 1 on it.
You're rather obstinate, aren't you, Naruhuru-san?
Still this. There are just a few books on the desk, nothing else by the looks of it.
Oh, Miss Pavlova only ran away from the ballet last night. She hardly occupied this cabin for any time at all.
That's true. I wonder what kind of books she likes to read.
Let me see. Yes, I see. It would seem that Miss Pavlova enjoys reading.
I am a computer woman! Yeesh!
Books written in Russian.
Thanks. I think I probably already knew that.
It's rude to ask too much of people, Naruhuru-san. Kindly remember that.
But we didn't ask. To the right.
To the right, to the right.
Alright. Naruhuru-san, are you there?
I'm ghosting. Sorry, I'm alright. I'm right here. Yes, why?
Oh, good. I thought you might have climbed into the wardrobe when I wasn't looking. There's no place like home.
Believe me, I don't want to have some strange consumptions to jump in every wardrobe I see, you know.
Anyway, I'm not sure anyone could fit inside this one. It's full of beautiful outfits. I suppose they are all stage costumes.
I really was hoping we might find something Miss Bovo's friend hiding in there. But no such luck. What the hell am I missing? Okay,
At
got
least
it.
you're not going into the wardrobe.
Well, this is the ventilation connects to Kazuma's cabin next door.
Yeah, so too, but a fool of a shipbuilder must be open to ventilator into another room.
Ah, maybe. So there's a gas leak next door. The occupant of this cabin should notice and raise the alarm.
All the occupants of both cabins would die of gas poisoning.
Yeah, there's a possibility. Anyway, last night Kazuma wrote that he saw a speckled band coming out of the station. Am I clearly missing some? Hey, there's one of these next door, next to the bed in Kazuma's cabin too.
Yes, it's a bell cord. I can't resist. Uh-oh.
What did you do?
Oh no. Oh no.
She barely
Oh,
hesitated
no,
there and
no,
gave it a
no,
good
no.
talk to.
Oh
Fuck.
no. Oh no.
That.
Oh no. Dot 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 dot. No, I didn't actually expect anyone to come.
We don't want them. We're trying to investigate in secret. Fudge.
And then suddenly you see a random person pop like, hey! What?
I wonder what this little saucer is doing on the floor.
Yes, it doesn't look like it's been dropped. More like it was put there deliberately. Ow. Ow.
Do you think... Do you think there could be a leak in the roof just above here?
What? A leak?
Is this ship quite safe?
I am sure there's even a leak in the roof. It doesn't mean the whole ship is going to sink.
Blub. No, you're right. Of course you're right.
She's really trying to portray herself, isn't it? There is something clearly missing. The rules of passage for traveling aboard the SS Bura.
Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in the cabin. Pets are also strictly forbidden.
But by bringing a pet her pet on board, Miss Little broke the rules.
She called it her friend, didn't she?
Yes, although we don't know what form this friend takes as yet.
I'm always certain that whatever it is, it's inside the traveling case in our cabin.
A friend. There's more to this than it seems, I think. There's clearly something I missed.
That.
So it's clear that the letters were written with the ink that was somehow spilled on the floor. They spelled Russian words for wardrobe.
It does seem to be unambiguous pointed to you, Naruto-san, as you were sleeping in there.
But to be truly obvious, it should have been spelled out my name, don't you think?
Well, right away, in fact remains. Hard to imagine that Kazuma-sama would have written his last words, or in Russian.
Which begs the question, who did write it? What am I clearly missing? I am not sure. We already did this, I remember this.
Feeling to the sound of running.
I am lost.
Oh no, he's lost. Put the light on.
Light will not help, Sira. I'm just confused what we're supposed to do.
Light will help. To the point where we need to go.
Miss Bova's cabin.
Pavlova. Her name is Miss Pavlova.
Miss Pavlova. Sorry, I'm still sleepy. I had a rough week.
That could be our chance.
What?
The Barely Sailor doesn't appear to be around at the moment. We would investigate every last inch of that cabin.
I'm not sure we should go that far, but we certainly could look around more. Maybe we could learn something. I was wondering where he went. I love her look. How you doing, girl? Holding up his butt.
Oh, it's Mr. Shums. Look.
Are you sure that looking up his butt is a good view, to be honest?
Look at that booty. Leave her like ladies.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. Others being defined.
And Danny's mother comes in the face, he gets swapped.
Oh! Well, you never know where he's going to turn up next, do you?
He seems to be stealing a look at something as he sings to himself.
Ra la la lay ra lee ra lay. I did it the great detective way.
It's more like tra la 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 dee la dee lay. I did the great detective way. Holding the E.
He's still singing. Do you think he hasn't noticed us?
Or he's simply in extremely high spirits.
Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when the yard bit off more than it could chew.
He's only rhyming.
And through it all, when there was doubt, It's lucky her luck was about.
Excuse me.
I solved it all and I stood tall. I did it the great detective way.
Mr. Sholmes! Sorry, I had to do that.
Mr. Sholmes.
Wait, come on. Oh wait, I've changed.
What a dance! What is a dance?
Put him up, come on, put him up your jokes. Want to fight? Who are you? Who was it? Was it? You want to fight? Ah. Honestly, interrupting the fellow when he's singing, and I was just about to reach the climatic finish.
So I thought you were never going to stop, so I figured now it's a good time as any.
I very nearly dropped you to the floor with one of my famous right hooks.
Yeah, I will give you
More
both
like a
hooks because
dance.
I got stuck.
It's more like a dance.
Alright, I get the picture. Now, should you put those fists away?
Why is he dancing?
I don't know. He was
Mr.
box dancing.
Mr. Sholmes, you seem to be examining something before we interrupted you.
Yes, that. I was immersed in study of the ship's log, as penned by the stockily built crewman who's usually on guard here.
Oh yes, the ship's log.
Do you find out anything useful from it?
Bless you, Mr. Sholmes.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Well, at 2 a.m. this morning, the majority of the entries are blank.
Which means there was nothing to report. Nothing of the note happened, so...
You truly are a student from the land of the rising sun. You've been utterly blinded by it.
Sorry?
Your logic, my boy, is inverted.
Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes?
Observe the other pages, and all shall become clear. It would seem the same crewman oft stands sentry in his first-class passageway. And he has an almost religious practice of recording nothing to report every half hour.
Oh, he writes that in every 30 minutes?
Nothing to report?
Precisely. Put simply, the seaman writes nothing to report when there is just that. And yet... the ship's log from last night is largely blank. He didn't even write nothing to report.
Do you mean?
Yes, there were circumstances afoot last night which led to the seaman being absent from his post.
What kind of circumstances? What happened?
That remains a mystery for now, but we can be sure something significant took place. So significant that it caused the seaman to forget his regular habit of scribing nothing to report in the log. These are important details. I would stake my life on it. You must log the ship's log in your mental file.
It's called a court record, buddy, but anyway. And that actually was worth a great detective.
Ah, you're starting to understand what my way is, I see. What makes Sholmes Sholmes? Brilliant! Ooh, ouch.
My bullshit!
What is it? Are you hurt?
Don't worry yourself. I seem to be affected with a throbbing head this morning for some reason. Nothing more. Well, my friends, until our next encounter.
He's still singing to himself. I can hear it as he wanders off down the pathway. I guess Justin has to do it in a way that sounds like that, like.
Alalia, tralala, ich bin
Tralali, tralala.
Because he's coming from Germany, he must sing like tralali, tralala, ich bin
No,
einen
I think he comes
Detective.
from England, to be honest, but I can be wrong.
No, the last episode we recorded, we managed that he's from Germany.
Not sure. I'm gonna check. Anyway, we will find out.
Dot.
Is something wrong, son? You seem lost in tufts.
It's just, well, I feel the same.
Sorry?
Ever since I woke this morning, I had something of a headache. A sort of continuous troubling.
Oh, you too? Oh, where do we go now? We have been pretty much everywhere.
Oh, what's that?
An alarm!
An alarm goes off.
Shut down the engine immediately! Vessel sighted at quarter-mile 4. All stops! Hard starboard! All hands, brace for impact! What the?
I think we are about to crash in another ship. Or an iceberg.
What? I
can't.
Oh. What the fuck should happen? Susan, are you alright? Are you injured at all?
I think I'm fine. Thank you, Narahudu-san. You interrupted my voice line.
Sorry, it went almost automatic. Sorry. Look, we avoided a collision.
I think...
Yes, the ship has come to a stop.
Oh my goodness. What about you, Narahudu-san? Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine.
Hello? Is somebody in there? Shout if you need assistance.
Oh, that sounds like...
Inspector Hosanaga.
Is that you in there, Naruto-san? Unbolt the door, quickly!
What? The bolt?
Look at that.
Door is bolted. Did you do that, son?
No! I didn't touch it.
Oh, that's strange. How did... And look at all the books. It's just like before again.
Now, Hodusant, are you going to open the door and let the inspector in?
Better tidy my place up first.
Interesting.
I found an emergency stop has solved one mystery at least. In a very fighty way. I knew that was awaiting us on the side of the cabin door should not be pleasant. I hurried up tightly in the cabin with a new sense of foreboding in my heart.
Bum, bum.
Oh, see you next time, everybody. No, wait, I'm joking.
Oh, wait. Night of January, the atmosphere Miss Pavlova's cabin.
Somehow the door to the cabin we were in ended up bolted after we made an emergency stop. And someone took a deep breath, then decided back to bolt. What are you doing in Miss Pavlova's quarters?
Ah, you both look unhurt. Good.
Yes, we were fine, thank you. What on earth happened? We heard something about we're going to collide with another ship.
Yes, it appears to have been a false report, though.
Oh, how did that happen?
There's a dense fog outside, so it's extremely difficult to see. Someone must have thought he saw a ship ahead.
They saw the Flying Dutchman.
This person obviously triggered the alarm, and that's why we made an emergency stop.
Everything is chaos. Passengers were screaming. Crew are running everywhere.
This first class area is the only quiet part of the ship at the moment.
I see.
Someone triggered the alarm? Does that mean that someone pressed a button outside?
You wicked intruder, dressed in all black. You are the devil.
Sorry, me? I have been called a lot of things before, but a devil is a first.
You opened my traveling case. How could you?
What? No, we didn't touch it.
That's right, Miss Pavlova. It was already open when we came into your cabin. Inspector!
Yes?
Arrest this man. I know he did it. He's a criminal. It's not enough that he has killed a man.
What? No, and he's a story as well. It takes a person not to steal a chicken. Do you believe it?
Taking away. He's a trespasser as well, and everything else.
Stowaway, trespassing, killing. Seems like you are a devil. It doesn't look good, does it? There's a cell below deck. Throw him in. The more we duck in Hong Kong, then we give you straight to police. Wait, a cell?
Please, Inspector Hosanaga. There is nothing you can do?
This is a Russian vessel. I really have no jurisdiction here. After my last effort to appeal to the captain's good nature, I think I'm out of options.
This is terrible.
It's a real crisis. I have to find a solution. Immediately. Okay. Just need to keep calm and focus at hand. Which is feeling.
My things.
Do you want to show where your crawfish hibernates?
Yeah.
Why were we thrown?
Mr. Nahudu, what do you think you're doing?
Wow, everyone's attacking me. I was just starting to think she was my friend. Ow. It's not that anyone can help me out with this mess. Wait, anyone?
Head to the left.
I was expecting that! I was expecting that he was like there, sitting there like...
Sitting, yes, but not holding on to the wall like that.
What the? What are you doing up there?
Why is he wearing the crown on his head?
Picture if you will! Oh wait, I can do that. Here you go. Mr. Sholmes.
Mr. Small.
Naturally, I was analyzing what a weight of 20,000 rubles feels like on one's head. I've not told you that as a detective, it is my business to know what other people do not. This isn't mere tomfoolery, my boy. Oh, no, no.
My boy. Well, were you not hanging from that hook before then?
Isn't it obvious? To properly assess the weight of the 20,000 rubles, naturally.
Oh, it's a fighting stage
again.
again. Ding, 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 ding. Round 2. Fight.
I wished to determine if it would bend that conceited-looking hook on the wall, so full of brag and bounce.
I never knew what it takes this man seriously or not.
Ah, you again, the great detective. Ah, Inspector, I confess I've been looking for you. I have something to report to you most urgently. Well, you might try looking for me somewhere other than the hook on the wall next time.
What is the report? Speak.
An urgent report from a great detective can mean but one thing. Yes. The case of the curious murder that took place last night here on this vessel, the steamship Burya, has been solved. By me, naturally.
Yeah, buddy. Pavlova is shocked.
Oh no.
What?
Really?
Yes, I have eliminated all other possibilities. No other explanations exist.
Are we going to have another dance with him again? Ta-da!
So, allow me to illuminate all your minds. For I am about to reveal my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case.
Oh, you have solved it? Even Hedgehog understand this case. All we knew our responsibility for killing student bully this morning. We found the criminal in wardrobe, and this is the stowaway, and he has handcuffed to prove it.
I didn't do it!
The trouble is, there doesn't appear to be anyone else who could have killed the victim. Because, as everyone knows, the cabin door was bolted shut from the inside. That means the culprit must be someone who was inside the cabin.
Yes. It was called a locked room mystery in detective stories.
The locked room, that is point.
The room was locked?
Oh, we can't deny that. There was no way the bolt should have been drawn across from the outside the cabinet.
You are all quite mistaken. The cabin next door is not a so-called locked room at all.
What?
Oh yes, there is another entrance. An entrance used last night by the culprit in order to gain access to the cabin despite the bolted door. Whatever entrance, we never discovered one. Why, it gates open-mouthed at you even as we speak. The ventilator, man! The ventilator!
You think this is funny? I cannot even put my arm through that hole.
That's because your arms are thick as tree trunks.
You're buff, man. You're buffed Russian.
What you
You're
saying?
suggest-
Me, big man!
So I can help
You're-
it.
all good. You're suggesting that the culprit entered and left the victim's cabin through that tiny opening. That's not possible. Ah, but it is. And last night, the victim even witnessed the intruder in the act of passing through the ventilator.
Mr. Sholmes, do you mean... Are you referring to the words Kazuma-sama wrote in his diary? 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of expected band is dangling from the ventilator grill.
Precisely, my dear madame. But what does it mean? What is this speckled band? The answer to that particular conundrum is in this very cabin.
Round three,
Oh, there
fight!
he goes again.
Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing?
There is a distinct element of danger, but fear not, I am ready. What I'm about to expose for you all to see will shock you to your cause. Behold!
Yeah! Yeah. What the? A snake? Snake?
Snake on a boat. Allow me to introduce you all to the band. the speckled band.
A snake?
Indubitably.
Oh my.
Mr. Sholmes, just one thing.
Hey, what troubles you?
Well, that snake isn't really speckled, isn't it? Looks more like striped, wouldn't you say?
Yes, you're right. I think in this case you will have to call it the striped band, wouldn't you?
You both see and observe with distinction. However, do you not think that is precisely the trap into which the culprit wishes you to fall?
Oh my goodness, really? It's a trap?
How exactly?
I think perhaps it is time I explained the intricacies of my train of thought. Are you ready, Miss Pavlova?
I'm sorry for the young man who died, but that is all. This stuff has nothing to do with me. This whole thing has nothing to do with me.
There are two conclusions I have drawn from the facts. Number one, last night your friend infiltrated the victim's cabin. And number two, that same friend was responsible for the victim losing his life.
No.
She turned as white as a bowl of rice again. Jones was right. Must be right. He hit the nail on the head. Gdunk.
This young woman's friend killed Mr. Solgi.
I love the snake. It looks like he cannot speak with that snake collar on his head. I guess the snake loves his head.
I would advise as little movement as possible, Seaman. You wouldn't want the fangs of that long friend in your neck.
Poison.
So everyone, let us begin. Sherlock Holmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular.
Oh, we're going to dance again?
Here we go again.
Yo!
The great introduction is full. Topic 1. Intruder's identity. Conclusion.
Miss Pavlova, moments ago you claimed the following. His death has nothing to do with me. This whole thing has nothing to do with me. Yet you cannot deceive yourself. Yes, when you recall those horrid events, your aching heart smarts with pain. And it is that very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death. Yeah, that's a big word. So we ask, what was the nature of this intruder that stole into the victim's cabin on that portentous night? Why, naturally, it was the friend with which you boarded this vessel, was it not? Ah, as I suspected, another telltale glance. Without doubt, your friend is the writhing serpent we see before us. And yet, that fact leaves us in a quandary.
Ah! Ah!
The victim... The victim's written observations on the night in question tell of a speckled band. Whereas, regrettably, this specimen's markings do not fit that description in any way. What explanation can we then give, pray? What was this sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night?
Look over below the text bar. What she did?
She's holding onto something.
No! Don't look at me. This has nothing to do with any of this.
Oh, but it does. You have the answer to this quandary even now, hidden behind your back. Yes, that which you are trying but failing to conceal can only be the snake's soft skin. Evidently, after the subtle and horrible crime, this most deadly friend of yours shed its original skin. No?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Last night, through the ventilator visible in this cabin, your then speckled friend slithered next door. Using the bell cord on the other side as a bridge, the serpent silently descended into the victim's quarters. In the dim light, it appeared to a young gentleman who was about to lose his life as a speckled band. In summary, the nature of this friend of yours, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a rare breed of snake whose markings change each time it sloughs its skin. A snake so dreadful we can only imagine it would be found in the deepest depths of India.
Conclusion of the lost speckled snake. Topic 2. How Mr. Asogi died.
Moving on, we come to the heart of the matter, the grim demise of the victim. How did this young man lose his life, and why?
No.
According to the data of which I have been apprised, it would appear there were no visible signs of injury. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by a terrible venom. Now, if we take that as fact, we can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it at the scene of the crime.
Oh no. Could be Debbie.
Yes, an examination of the deceased's body will prove the cause of death conclusively. The almost, but not quite, imperceptible puncture wounds left by the venomous fangs will seal the truth. Yes, the vestiges of the snakebite delivered by a terrifying friend.
This makes no sense.
There is no point feigning ignorance, Miss Pavlova. After the incident, you endeavored to hide everything, didn't you? But now your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right. You hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that traveling case. When we first met in this cabin, it came to my attention that your case moved periodically. Your serpent assassin was restless inside, no doubt.
You don't.
It is telling that the victim made note of a low whistling sound that he heard minutes before his end. That was your signal, was it not? The sound you had used to train your serpent friend?
Train?
Indeed. You'd put the serpent through this ventilator and wait. After a period, you'd summon it back with a whistle. You couldn't know if the animal had done its duty, so you would listen for signs of life next door. If the victim appeared not to have been dispatched, you'd release the snake once more. Do you just deny the snake has undergone such training?
It's not true.
Having slithered through the ventilator and down the bell cord, the creature needed only to sink its fangs in once. And its venom would course through the victim's veins, ending his existence forever. That is the true nature of the speckled band that took the poor young man's life. There can be no doubt my logic is infallible.
Conclusion: death by a venomous snake's bite. But in the reports it said he broke his neck, right?
Maybe, but they couldn't find everything yet because they are no experts.
Yeah, but there must be then blood.
Huh. I guess we're all three. Dot 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 dot.
Da 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 da.
Dot 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 dot.
Da, da, da.
Miss Pavlova has trained her pet as a killing machine. There on the floor, you will observe a saucer of milk. The promise of food is the key to training any creature.
Incredible!
What?
You solved the mystery.
Amazing! Your great deduction really lives up to its name. I see now why Herlock Sholmes has become such a household name. My dear man. It was nothing remarkable, as the Russians say. I could have done it with one left hand.
Da 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 da.
Da, 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 da.
Oh, you're unhandcuffed again?
We say yes.
Good venture an option, Mr. Schultz?
But of course, what's on your mind?
It's just about your deductions before. Same things doesn't quite make sense to me.
I welcome questions as to my method, and will answer both loudly and proudly.
Oh, well, good. First of all... Snakes are egg-laying creatures. Part of the reptile family.
You are well informed, madam.
And reptiles, don't drink milk.
Ah,
It's really only mammals that like to drink milk, you see. So I'm not sure it will be possible to train a snake using milk. Ward.
no matter. No doubt Miss Pavlova used some other treat to encourage her pet to do the bidding. Milk was merely an example. The logic holds.
Well, there's something else. Snakes have no ears.
Ah,
Yes, I'm not sure it would be really possible to signal a snake by whistling.
but madam, what of the tales from Arabia? Have you not heard of the snakes that dance to the sounds of a flute?
It's called vibration, buddy. Snakes feel vibration.
I think perhaps the performers play their music in time with their snake's natural movements.
Oh, I see. No hands, no feet, no ears. These creatures are so inept as to be practically useless.
Don't take it out on the snakes, Mrs. Jones.
There is one other thing.
You have more?
Snakes use the scales on their bellies to propel themselves. So I'm not really sure that the snake could manage to climb up a flat bell cord like the ones in these cabins.
Then it should try harder.
Please, don't be angry with me, Mr. Schultz. The point is, even if the snake had gone through the ventilator to the next door cabin, it couldn't have come back without help. What I'm trying to say is that there is a number of reasons why it's difficult to imagine the snake could have been part in this.
He's beaten.
Da, 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 da. I think we need to step in and help again, Mr. Nanahudu-san.
Oh no, you don't mean...
Yes, we need to modify Mr. Shun's latest deductions and turn them into the great ones that ought to be.
I had a thing that was coming. I did too, but I wanna! Alright, let's give it a try.
Just what I was waiting for, Mr. Naruto.
Yes, right.
So, cast your eyes down to your wrists again.
What? And off again. You've done it again.
Your handcuffs are gone.
Where did they go? Fear not. I shall see they're restored after our work is done.
Again. I really wish you will leave them off.
Now, everyone, let us begin. Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular.
Again.
Okay, here we go. You ready?
Hold it, Mr. Sholmes.
The intruder's identity. Confusion is lost spectrum.
Skipping time.
Okay, so you want to go to statement 4.
I'm not sure I
Okay.
can go to statement 4. See, it all automatic does for me. Why does she have a pain expression on her face?
Yes, that's true. She looks like Tufkazama-sama's stuff is whitening heavy in her mind.
You're not... But you're not sure Mrs. Sholmes has read her quite correctly, isn't that? Could there be some other way to interpret her expression then?
Let's take a moment and really look very closely at Miss Pavlova.
The back of her head, and there's claw marks? Yeah, on her hand.
Oh!
No, Naruto-san, look. That looks like a very painful wound.
Look at the scratch been made some kind of small animal. Very easily too.
Well, whatever scratched her doesn't appear to be around here.
So you have to present that, I think, to Sholmes.
She has such fertile ears among her beautiful hair. Like little pink shells.
Oh, what's that? There's something dangling down from her ear.
Ah, that's an earring. The crescent moon part look as true as made from wood. It's charming, isn't it?
Women does love their ornaments like that. In their hair, around their necks, on their fingers, even from their ears it seems.
Well, jewelry is beautiful, Naruto-san.
Yes!
Slow scratch.
Yes, you recall these horrible incidents that claw scratch smarts with pain.
Indeed, and with simple observation reveals that the wound is fresh.
Miss Pavlova, did you in fact receive that scratch? Did someone sometime last night?
Oh. When I think about the young man who died next door, I feel so sad. And when I'm sad, the pain from this wound is worse. Oh,
And it is that very pain that evidences your inextricable.
Sorry, I was... yeah, I feel this is something we did already.
Alright, so you need to go to number 9 now, I believe. Statement 9.
I think it does automatically. She automatically does it again. In like
Okay.
that scratch mark on the back of her Miss Pofla's hand was made by this friend of her, doesn't it? Except, snake doesn't have claws, do they?
No, they don't. They don't even have hands or feet, or which claws might grow.
Well then, if that snake isn't her pet, what is the true identity of her friend and of hers?
We would follow her gaze, Naruhodo-san. That's where we'll find the answer.
Hey.
There, what photo?
Kitty,
Aww.
Aww.
Ah, look at the photograph in this frame. This must be something Bilal brought with her when she ran away.
she's exceptionally beautiful, isn't she?
Yes, that's true, but personally, isn't that the little black creature she holding that caught my eye? Maybe we would take a better close look at this. The little cat Miss Blova is cuddling here.
Ah, what a cute little kitten. It could vie on you, couldn't it, Naruhodo-san? For the blackest outfit.
A black kitten. And from the looks of this picture, at least, Miss Blova seems very attached to it.
It's a friend with a bell.
Yes!
Hey, yes!
Little kitten.
Without a doubt, your friend is this little kitten we see before us.
Yes. The scratch on the back of your hand makes that abundantly clear.
Oh no!
The whereabouts of this black kitten isn't clear, but what is clear
It has a bell.
is that what you brought the animal within when you ran away, didn't you? Ooh, that hurts.
Ah. Darka is my best friend. I couldn't leave her behind.
Hmm.
Darker would appear to be a Russian blue. And yet, that fact leaves us in a quandary. Oh, I think we're back to the thing now. Oh, okay.
Yeah, apparently so. Oh, this is new.
This specimen's not considered. Yeah, I don't think so.
Ah,
It's a cat. It's a black cat.
oh no, man. Literally on a special day today? Ouch. Oh shit, it is. That's
Bro.
I'm just checking something.
Okay.
Oh,
Hmm.
no! Don't look at me. This has nothing to do with it. Did you see that? She just took something out of her pocket and hid it behind her back.
If she just left it in her pocket, no one would ever have known.
Oh yes, toys like that are Mr. Sean's specialty. He's ever so cleverly forced her to reveal something.
Thought the deduction was a specialty. Or maybe making me believe that it was a ploy too.
Anyway, I find it hard to believe that is the skin of the snake.
In which case, just what is Miss Buffer hiding behind her back?
I think you're supposed to focus on the hands more.
A flute.
Yes! Looks like...
Oops. But I ain't...
I think you're supposed to investigate it closer first.
Yeah.
Maybe? I'm not sure.
I'm getting hungry too, that's the problem. Well, it is speckled and it's a band, but what is it? It seems so soft and fluffy. Your cloth is some sort. Maybe something with a handle on the end.
I think it maybe is be a cat toy. This sort of common in the West, apparently.
How is a toy? How is that a toy for cats?
Cats like to chase by the bend around and paw at it. Kittens in predictable love that sort of play. You only need to wave it in front of them and they pounce to catch it.
Ah, that sounds position available adorable.
Positivity.
Oh,
adorable.
there we go. Now it's changed.
Yes!
Yes, the thing you're trying to but failing to conceal is a cat's toy?
Precisely. And the true nature of the now infamous speckled band.
Oh,
And it was this toy that you dangled through the ventilator. You waved it around, I presume. Naturally, the victim could not fail to notice it. Hey, kitty, kitty, kitty. Come get the speckled band.
But why? For what reason?
My dear boy, there can only be one answer to that. After her feline friend disappeared through the ventilator into the neighboring cabin, Miss Pavlova attempted to use the speckled cat's toy to incite the creature to return. Like I said, here kitty kitty kitty.
Ah.
In summary, the nature of this friend of Miss Pavlova's, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a blithesome Russian blue breed of cat by the name of Darka.
Darka. Oh, yeah.
A truly troublesome feline young Darka is proving to be. She must be caged once found. You will forgive us for borrowing the photograph of your pet, Miss Pavlova.
It was after I gave up food.
I'm gonna guess my mom is calling again. No, it's not. BRB, guys.
I was after I gave her food last night. Mamma mia, here we go again. Mama, I just gonna miss you. Mamma mia. My Hero Academia. 25. I'm
Yeah,
here.
still here.
That's when it happened. She scratched the back of my hand and then ran up the bell cord. Before I could do anything, she had disappeared through the ventilator.
Okay.
Darka, she's so naughty.
Yeah, we already know this.
What Mr. Schultz says is true. There were no signs of a wound everywhere on Kazuma-sama's body.
That's right. But Mr. Shum seemed to be unaware of one very important detail. Kazuma's wasn't poisoned.
Yes, it would seem so. Let's give him the information he's missing now.
The post-mortem report. That's the one.
In fact, the uncertainty of the victim's death can only be explained by the post-mortem report.
Ah, yes, I knew it was one or the other.
Oh! His neck was...
Indeed, the breaking of the cervical vertebrae is fatal. Only that Goliath would be strong enough to survive that.
Seaman strong enough isn't some immortal freak, you know. I love you like my face like her. Bruh.
The jury is out. Anyway, we have on good authority that the victim's neck was broken. Now, if we take that as fact, we can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it at the scene of the crime.
I think we already had this.
So now we just gotta wait until we get to the next part.
There's this one. Kazuma's death was because his neck was broken. In other words, he was probably struck by something or someone.
Yes, that's a distinct possibility. As of yet, no weapon has been found though.
The zombie Duggar didn't silently creep out behind Kazuma and deal him the fatal blow.
I suppose. It's possible that he had a fall and hit the ground awkwardly. It could have been a terrible act of misfortune that he broke his neck completely by accident.
Oh, yes, a bad fall could explain it.
It's rather hard to believe that Kazuma-sama strove. He wasn't a clumsy man.
Well, we need to fix this deduction somehow. Anything from the scene that can explain what happened?
There's a mark on the floor.
Hey, wait, the
On
bell!
the floor.
Yes!
Yes, many of the mark of the floor will prove the cause of death causality.
This particular mark, so prominently visible next to the victim's body, is a deposit of shoe polish.
Shoe polish?
Indeed. Positively identified by a literal analysis device I constructed, which I carry now as a matter of course.
Oh.
Beeswax, tallow, and dye were my results. The undeniable ingredients of shoe polish.
And the color of the polish is perfectly matched up to the color of Mr. Lace leather shoes. Looking at this mark, it's not hard to imagine what happened. For some reason, the surgery must be put on this point on the floor and tripped.
Please, no.
And, by a dreadful turn of misfortune, caught his neck against some immovable object as he fell to the floor. Suffering a fatal blow to the spine, the victim's vertebrae shattered, and in that instant he lost his life.
I don't know. I don't know anything about this.
Is that really true, Miss Pavlova?
Huh?
How about the evidence left at the crime scene where the Masogi lost his life? Yeah. Oh.
Yes, the facts are as clear as day to me. You did all you could to conceal the incriminating evidence. Oh, I think we're back at it now.
Okay.
Oh! Oh!
Oh. I mean, too quickly. There was another one.
I don't believe it. Kazuma-sama merely tripped over and now he's no more? It can't be true. I refuse to accept it.
I know it's hard to believe, but the marking on the foot does seem to suggest that it what happened. Oh. Sorry, Sira.
But
And this part of the misintroduction is right. Miss Lola is trying to hide some evidence that should be proven. Here in this cabin, somewhere in the direction that she casts her eyes.
where, I wonder?
Let's have a look around. The answer must be here somewhere. Can't that be the tiara again? Hmm?
The waste paper basket? Something in there?
Wait a moment, guys. I need to do something important. Somebody is trying. Let me see. Okay. This is the waste paper basket. Perhaps all the first class cabins have them.
But Miss Bova only started bugging in this cabin late as night. Presumably there's nothing much rubbish in there yet. Hello? Ooh, what's that? A broken piece of glass, isn't it? Oh. I was thinking that was pointing to me. My bad.
It's a broken piece of glass, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I feel like I've seen it somewhere before.
If it looks familiar, perhaps it's more than your mind simply playing tricks on you.
Nope. Can I go in it again? Do I just present now, Justin?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes!
Examined it, so now you just present it.
That's right. You hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that waste basket.
Ah,
Here we have a fragment of some intricate glass object, it would seem. One that has a familiar air, in fact.
Precisely, we found the other piece of glass on the floor in Masogi's cabin. Blech. And as you see, the two pieces fit together perfectly.
oh no!
So, Miss Pavlova, shall we consider what this tells us? Why would it be that part of this glass object, which was evidently broken at the scene of the victim's death, should be found in the waste paper basket in your cabin?
Ah!
You're well acquainted with this glass spell, are you not?
I do not.
I don't know, in that harsh Russian accent of yours. Won't save you this time, dear girl. Why? Because we have conclusive evidence linking you to the bell in question.
What?
Take it away, Mr. Naruto.
Yes. Evident links to Miss Bova and the little glasses should be a cat.
Yeah.
Yes!
If you look at this photograph, you can clearly see, hanging from darkest color, the very glass bell in question.
The truth has caught up with you, Miss Pavlova. The young man who lost his life last night did so after a truly inauspicious fall.
And the cause of the fatal stumble. Yeah.
Your absent
well, feline friend,
feline
Darka.
friend, Darka.
Almost synced, almost. We almost were there. Sira?
I couldn't. I couldn't tell anyone. I'm sorry.
Tripping over a cat. Wow! Elementary. Let me guess, we are handcuffed again. Chink! Why don't you tell us now, Miss Polova? Please tell us what exactly happened last night.
It was a little after 1 in the morning. It was so late, but I hadn't time to feed Darka. So I gave her some food. And then all of a sudden she scratched me and jumped off my hands.
People do say that cats become very anxious and nervous in new environments.
She was so fast, she disappeared through the ventilator before I could stop her.
And that is how you acquired the rather nasty wound on the back of your hand, I take it?
Yes. And I had to read the rules on the wall. I knew it was not allowed Darka with me.
Yes, modern science suggests that animals can carry infectious diseases. It's a precaution, really.
So I listened, trying to hear if there was some noise in the next cabin. It was very quiet. It was true that someone was there. He must be sleeping.
So, at that point, you thought it safe to try to lure the kitten back again. By dangling the end of the toy...
Later, and then into a adjoining cabin.
Sira?
Darka always loved this toy, but it never worked. Nothing worked. I tried using her favorite toy. I tried whistling to her softly, but nothing. She wouldn't return.
So, faint whistle.
I need to use the bathroom.
Okay, so the faint whistlings Cosmo wrote in his diary was Miss Polova trying to receive a pet.
Cats have a propensity to remain hidden in the shadows when frightened. I think we're almost done, bro.
How much further?
Well, we're in the solving the case section now of part 3, and yeah, I think we're almost finished.
Yes, so there was nothing else I could do. I just have to wait until she has calmed down. But then... I nearly passed out with shock. I heard her quiet and then... Oh, it was such a dreadful bang. And afterwards nothing. It was totally silent.
As mine was.
On the appearance of the brown mark on the floor, it seems likely that what you heard was the victim stepping on the glass bell and tripping up. The SS Boya is a large vessel, but even she can pitch and roll violently without warning. If Miss Soji was already off balance as a result of the ship lurching when the kitten got under his feet. The combination of unfortunate factors could easily have caused him to fall over. But what became of the kitten afterwards?
In the end, I managed to get her come back through the ventilator.
Yet Darko is nowhere to be seen.
I must have forgotten my luck, my geese. Now she has disappeared again.
Gracious, that cat isn't as insufferably restless as I am.
Well, he knows something about it himself, at least.
When I woke this morning, I heard a young man in the next cabin next to mine had died. I couldn't bring myself to tell anyone what had happened. I was too scared. Scared of they would send me back.
Oh, hold on a minute. What about the snake?
You're right. Where is it?
If the snake isn't your friend, Miss Pavlova, then whose isn't and where did it came from? What on earth is a dangerous snake doing on a board a ship? You like
Hey.
Oh, I didn't say. Nick is my friend. His name is Boris.
Hmm? What?
What?
That snake belongs to you?
He escaped from cave when he made the alarm sounded. I was looking for him. I didn't expect him to find him in here. Ugh. Yes, how did a snake get in this cabin?
But animals are not permitted on board.
Well, we're at sea for 1 year. You want to be so long without close friend? Without someone who understands? Couldn't you find someone a little more human who understands you better?
But, my dear burly fellow, a gargantuan venomous snake, surely you can appreciate the danger you're putting everyone in.
No venom.
Hmm?
That doesn't have venom. He is harmless, very long and very gentle. He's adorable, like Granny.
It's venomonless?
What are you doing? Yes, now he is hungry, but he's in a bad mood. But once I feed him, you will see him big smile. You feed him what? Milk, I suppose? Ha! Like they say they milk chickens. Ridiculous snakes that drink milk are the only in stupid stories. But you usually eat mouse, big fat round mouses. Ah, oh, so is that why the whole mouse trap in the pathway out there is for? Of course! How else can I catch my friend's favorite food? Nothing says on top of the food chain like it in their eyes right now.
Dot, 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 dot.
Okay, why does this scare me?
It refuses to drink milk. It can't hear whistle. It can't climb up a bell cord, and it's not even venomous. How the juice did somebody so inept land a starring role?
You okay, buddy? Okay, that could not be better, but tight. They're like, you okay, buddy? It's not my fault. I do not make up stories. My protozoa don't do anything with this incident. Pretty much, yeah. So that's what happened. That's the truth behind my best friend's tragic death. Da 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 da.
Dot, 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 dot.
More dots? Yep.
The dots. The dots.
Nope. More dots.
Miss Pavlova? Huh? I understand the difficult situation you found yourself in, and I do sympathize. But please, remember this. A young man lost his life. If you're going to attempt to cover up your guilt with lies, then no matter what the circumstances, I cannot forgive you.
Oh!
What are you talking about, Miss Mikotoba? What lies? Miss Pavlova just confessed everything. It was just a series of unfortunate events. An accident.
If you're gonna lie, then it's no more an accident. You know, we're well aware what you have done.
I am not a great detective like Mr. Sholmes. I don't have a gift for knowing the truth. But even I can see that was not the truth. Don't you agree, Mr. Narahudu?
To be perfectly honest, yes. There's a discrete example. Sorry, I'm sure of it. I cannot put my finger on it. The dots appear again.
I confess. I was intending to let Scotland Yard deal with any outstanding issues on this matter.
Oh?
I am only present here for a very specific reason. The truth is, you, Mr. Naruhodo, are simply a distraction.
A distraction?
It happened again.
I do hope you've not been finding your shackles too uncomfortable.
Not again. When did he do that?
Especially as they're on your wrists as a result of my intervention. I was rather hoping I could resolve matters before we made our next port call.
You were Mr. Sholmes?
Yes, but I overlooked one important detail. The deceased young man was a very close companion of yours. Was he not?
Yes. Cosmo was my closest friend. I owe him my freedom, even.
Dot, 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 dot.
In that case, we must follow this to its conclusion. No further distractions. You must uncover the real truth here, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes, whatever that may be. The key to this is the Greenman Pavlova's story, I'm sure. If I can chase that down, maybe the truth will become clear. Proof about how you really died. About the scene your cabin really came to be. Alright, I will see what I can do.
Excellent.
Thank you, Mr. Naruhodo.
Sorry, I went past. Muscles are not really perfect today. They are doing some weird absent things.
So then, shall we begin?
Yes. Yeah.
What we should ponder first is the victim who lost his life in a cabin that was bolted shut from the inside. Was this truly an unfortunate accident? Or was it in fact no accident at all? That is what we must establish in the first instance.
Naga, who
But
was
we've al-
that?
But we've already established, haven't we?
Okay, listen. Okay, let's check.
The man tripped over the kitten that had climbed into his cabin via the ventilator. Tragic, yes, but still an accident.
Wait, just take a step back. It doesn't make sense if that really what happened, does it?
I'm going to have to ask you to spell out for me, I'm afraid.
Yes, it's starting to like take shape now. There's a clear continuity between the facts and Miss Pavlova's story here. The evidence is right here in Kazuma's cabin. It's undeniable. His death couldn't possibly been a mere accident.
Really? Let us show our hand, Mr. Naruhodo. Time to present the evidence.
Why do I feel it's this? Or something else that I can pull up my finger on. Justin?
I'm just seeing. The crime scene photo. Yeah.
Yes!
The truth is clearly recorded in this photographic print. There's no way that Miss Sogia would have left this message on the floor.
That script. It's Russian, isn't it? Indeed it is. The word written means wardrobe. I see what you mean. People would leave a dying message in their native language. Japanese in this case.
Yeah, sure, he was trying to study Russian. That's why he's going to England.
But maybe he was studying Russian. It is simple language. He could have picked it up very fast.
That doesn't seem likely. That's actually not the point. It makes no difference whether he knew Russian or not.
Sorry, what do you mean?
Exactly what I said before. There's no way Mr. Sogi should have left this message on the floor. And the reason why is clearly explained in here. Damage to the several vertebra results in an instant death. Instant death!
Huh?
Which means after the victim fell on the floor, he could not have written anything. Because he was already dead.
Oh, that's not the only reason either. There is something else we found in Mr. Sogi's cabin. A remnant of something that couldn't possibly have been there. It was Miss Pavlova told us was true.
What?
So to the side on, I noticed it too then. Putting this message on the floor, there was something that gave the truth away. Another piece of evidence proving there was no accident. In other words... Huh? What am I missing?
The mark on the floor.
Yes!
This piece of broken glass next to the mark on the floor.
But that's the glass bell the kitten had around its neck. We already know all about that. It was broken in half when the victim tripped over the cat and fell. So we already have a satisfactory explanation. Where's the flaw in that logic?
Unfortunately, there's a very big flaw, a fatal flaw.
What?
If that's really what happened, then how did the one half of the bell end up back here in this cabin?
Ah.
Yes, remember that we found the other half in a glass bell in a waste paper basket? Would you care to explain that, Miss Pavlova? Oh, no.
So, both these pieces of evidence clearly ordered out the same conclusion. When Miss Oki died last night in his cabin, there was someone else in the room.
Oh,
That same person deliberately arranged the scene to disguise the truth, in order to cover up his or her own guilt.
yeah. Yes, there was someone else present in Mr. Asogi's.
You take him, Justin.
You're wasting time.
Oh wait, it was him. Someone else was there. Duh, of course we know this. What are you talking about? Bulkhead bullet shot strong from inside. There's no way in or out.
Oh, yes.
Only other person in cabin when young student died was you.
Yes!
It's true, I was in the cabin when it happened.
You were shut inside the cabin wardrobe, to be precise about the details.
But I don't know Russian. There's no way I could have left them that message.
Not would have. There's no way you could have left that message, to be precise about the details.
Would you mind?
Forgive me, my dear fellow.
As I was saying, the person in question wrote in the wardrobe in Russian on the floor in an attempt to incriminate me of the crime, even though I was been sleeping in there for the entire time. And then the same person picked up the
Then the same person picked up the broken glass bell that had fallen on the floor.
I was so in the mood, sorry.
So fear of becoming evidence that would have shown how Mr. Asogi really died.
But why wouldn't this person have taken all the pieces of the bell away? Leaving half behind was always going to raise questions.
Yes, well,
It was past 1 o'clock in the early hours of the morning. The cabin would have been quite dark. The single, small lamp suspended from the ceiling would barely have cast any light onto the floor there. Little wonder then that the culprit failed to notice a fragment of the tiny item.
You all suspect me, don't you?
maybe we do. Is the seaman strong enough? Nina of Woman of Seas. She is daughter of strong sailor. 2 years ago, they noticed her dancing skill and she went away to join ballet company. But before, she was a dancer on the ship, a member of the ship's band. You do not accuse ship's angel of being criminal. Ah, so that's it. You said that when your young student died, Nina was there in his cabin? That's not possible. I will give my tooth.
Well, this is all most interesting. And why would you give your tooth, pray? How can you be so sure?
Yeah, you are a great detective. You should know. Look truth in the eyes. Cameron Bulkhead was bolted shut from inside. Nobody could go in Cameron. Not Nina. Not anyone. And you want to tell me that the killer can walk through locked doors? Yet! It's impossible. Yeah, he's right.
But wait. I read about this in the detective stories. People often tie thread around the door latches so they can open and close them from the outside.
Brett, are you stupid? These bulkheads are not barn doors.
Certainly not. These are watertight doors, as one would expect to find on any modern steamship. Constructed of heavy steel, with not a gap in sight. No threads or needles or magnets could have been used.
No? No, of course not. I thought so too. But Mr. Narahudu suggested it earlier, so...
Besides, how can you still shift it onto me like that?
So, Seaman Stroganoff has a valid point. The cabin door couldn't have been bolted shut from the outside. Not necessarily.
Wait a minute, we have what is like the like. Well, I actually gotta wait for you guys, but it did it. What?
I put it to you that I could bolt this door without laying a finger on it.
Hmm.
And in this very cabin, we can see the traces of the method I have in mind having been used. I don't believe it. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, I believe you know what I mean, don't you?
A way to shut the ball from the camera from the outside. One way to just spring to mind, yes.
Do you really know what Mr. Sholmes means, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes, and it should you. So should you. Because we're seeing it happen.
Indeed we have. So, would you care to do the honors, Mr. Naruhodo?
Point out telling them ever been used. I did.
Apparently it's the bookcase?
Yes!
Look at the bookcase there. See how the books are all have toppled over?
That must be what happened when the ship made its emergency stop before.
Yes, that's right. It's a very powerful vessel, after all. When the engines are thrown into reverse, a violent jolt goes across the entire ship. Any small objects that aren't fastened down are bound to fall over.
I believe, yes. Yes, that is the known or a force of Mertia acting on the objects.
Then nothing doesn't know? Or is that isn't in a book at least? Or whatever it's called, the same force that pushed over the books on the bookcase, so it made something else in the cabin move. The bolt on the cabin door. It was very obvious after the emergency stop that the ship had made earlier. We had to come in this cabin not long before, and we hadn't bolted the door. But then
Oh, somebody there. Shout if you need assistance.
oh, that sounds like
Inspector Hosanaga. Oh, yes! That's it! When the ship stopped suddenly, the boat flew across and locked the door.
yes, and made of steel. It's small, light enough to be moved by the ship suddenly change speed, impede, or force impedia, if you like to call it that.
Are you trying to say that last night, after Mr. Soji was killed,
Lock.
the SS Boya made another emergency stop?
When I woke up this morning and looked around the cabin, it looked a little odd. All the books on the shelves have toppled over, and all the ornaments. It's almost someone had to run their hands across the shelves, literally knock them over. Everything over.
Oh, yes, I remember that. And I stood him up again, didn't I?
Then we came into this cabin and we were surprised to see the same thing in here. All the books and everything had been toppled over. It was like in Mrs. Sogi's room.
Oh my.
Do you have anything to say about this, Miss Polova? Oh, you're of the mind. You say Boya made an emergency stop?
It does seem a little far-fetched. How could that possibly have happened? Unless you're saying that the culprit is actually someone from the engine room. Oh, it is simple enough. Are you forgetting the button in the passageway outside, used to trigger the emergency alarm?
Oh, yes, of course. There was a notice, wasn't there? Telling me only press the button in times of emergency.
On dark nights when the fog is dense, The captain cannot afford to rely on the eyes of his lookout alone. The sort of button one is almost compelled to press to satisfy one's curiosity.
Wait, it was you?
When the button is pressed, two things happen in the interests of safety. The emergency alarm bell rings, and the vessel comes to a complete stop. As indeed it did a little earlier today.
Yee.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da. Mr. Sholmes. Surely it wasn't you who...
As I always say, a button has but one purpose in life. To be pressed, whatever the occasion.
He sounds almost proud of himself. How dare you mess with this ship? I report you to captain. You're so much trouble now.
Now, I'm sure all that can wait until later. Let us not overlook the fact that we have now learnt a valuable lesson.
Yeah, you're being a stupid.
When the vessel makes an emergency stop, the bolts on the cabin doors slide closed. So, what we must now consider...
Yes, it all comes down by one thing now. Last night, after what happened to Mr. Asogi, did the ship make an emergency stop, or did it not?
You are an idiot because your ship has many passengers. We make an emergency stop in the middle of the night. It should have been chaos everywhere. What do you toss, mister? Oh. Yeah. Well, if it's clearly possible that some kind of emergency happened last night, yeah, then support that idea.
What evidence? Mr. Naruhodo.
Fascinating. Do show us, my good man.
I wanted to stop.
The ship's log, bro.
Yes!
Well, let me tell you something. One of my neighbors is pinpointing out to my window, and I think that a neighbor is having a bad thought about me because I barely talk to her because her daughter is a bully.
What, so your neighbor is pointing at your window about something?
One of the neighborhood neighbors from a few doors just talking to someone from the small bungalow houses behind our house, just pointing at my window while I was walking by.
That's a bit strange.
Yeah. Okay, mister.
Seaman strong enough. It's your duty to patrol the first class area of the ship, isn't that right? No, that's correct. Why? A seaman's log here should be it should be where you record the details of your duties. What are you doing with that? That's mine.
Ah, you rather carelessly left it atop the little makeshift bureau in the passageway out there. But as responsible passengers, we took it into our care with mind to return it to you later.
But I left it there on purpose. That's where I put it always. The point is, looking at what you actually record. Okay, that on a normal second that you were right. The phrase nothing to report every 30 minutes. But 2 o'clock last night, until first light this morning, nothing was recorded at all.
Nothing recorded in the log?
Nothing.
No. There's nothing happened. But if nothing happened, you would have normally written nothing to report, wouldn't you? No.
Indeed so, which tells us that shortly after 2 a.m. something happened here aboard the SS Burya.
You're saying we're close, but we're already an hour longer, Justin. Jeez.
Yeah, sorry, I thought we were close, but we are getting very close to the end, trust me, bro.
Yeah, but I'm trusting you earlier, and now it's just like, it's 1 hour longer. It's almost 3 hours already. Yeesh. I'm getting hungry.
Me too. I want my pancakes.
Something sufficiently significant to make you forget to fill in the ship's log, in fact.
Are you suggesting that the ship really did make an emergency stop in the middle of the night?
Stop talking rubbish.
Grublish. He was taking responsibility to actually write in the captain's log nothing's happening. So if he didn't do that until 1 a.m. for morning, that is unresponsible because he needs to.
No, it was
every
after
30
2
minutes.
and then in the earliest morning. That is what's said.
Yeah, that's why. He needs to report every 30 minutes, but he didn't.
Yeah.
So,
If I'm perfectly honest, I find that a little hard to believe myself.
Oh, why?
Well, because if something as major as an emergency stop really had happened, surely all of us would have noticed.
that's very true. Thanks to the emergency stop we expected earlier, we all know what it feels like now. The ship launched so violently and the alarm bell was so loud. I can't imagine that anyone would sleep through that, even if it happened in the dead of night.
Well, no, that's a good point.
What of the throbbing? Sorry, what do you mean? Your head, man. The throbbing of your head since this morning. We have all suffered with it.
Everyone is having one. Throbbing in a head. Satoru, Kusanaga. It all comes
Oh
Everyone.
yes, I have had a headache, you're right. In fact, I haven't been feeling myself since I woke up today.
Nor have I. My head has been feeling heavy ever since dawn.
Yes, you've all been afflicted, haven't you? Just as I suspected.
He's right, my head's been troubling today too. Since eating dinner yesterday evening, things felt sort of hazy. Can't really remember anything that happened after I climbed back inside the wardrobe. Now, first thing I noticed in this morning was the troubling pain in my head. I had already been dragged out of the wardrobe and had these handcuffs put on me by that point, when I didn't wake up when it was all happening to me.
Tell me, Mr. Naruhodo.
Not
You boarded this vessel as a stowaway, didn't you?
Oh, well, yes, sorry.
The stowaway class of accommodation doesn't usually include meals. What did you survive on?
Well, Kazuma looked after me. He was always happy to share his meals.
Aww.
So you enjoyed some of the whole roast chicken dish that was served yesterday evening, I take it?
Yes, in fact, I had all of that. Kazuma wasn't fond of chicken.
Oh, really? So the victim didn't eat any of the chicken at all?
That's right, he didn't touch it. Is that relevant?
My dear fellow, does that not strike you?
Oh! Mr. Shums, do you mean to say that there was something wrong with the chicken?
I do.
No, really, is that really true?
The meal prepared for the passengers last night had been tampered with. Tampered with by the addition of a soporific designed to induce a very deep slumber in those who consumed it.
Oh, damn.
A sleeping drug?
Do you mean whoever did this lands meal with a sleeping drug, no one will have noticed the ship's emergency stop?
Mr. Naruhodo, of course that was not what Mr. Shums means. What a far-fetched idea.
Precisely. Placing every meal of every passenger aboard with a soporific drug would certainly be impossible. Unless, that is, every single member of the crew was a conspirator. What?
Mr. Shums!
Well, Seaman?
Eh?
I'm sorry to say that any more deception in this matter will get you nowhere. If you refuse to talk, there would have to be an inquiry made through the shipping company, of course. And were that to happen, every member of the crew and the captain himself would be hauled over the coals. For aiding and abetting a renegade.
Please, no. I will tell everything.
Eh?
We cannot make problems like this for everyone anymore.
These crewmen are your former comrades, I believe. Comrades.
Oh, yes. So when I decided to run away, I asked them to help me.
We all agreed to help everyone together. She threw away everything, her fame and ballet, Mother Raja. We wanted to help our angel.
Oh,
I don't believe it.
You are right. We put sleeping drugs in chicken lad meal. Yeah, I remember now. I didn't notice chewing on some lump of strange of bitter at one point. No, we could not make all drugs. How do you say dissolve? Oh, talking about heavy seasoning. At middle of the night, in water near Shanghai, we brought our angel on board.
And that's why the star.
She was helped by combat on shore with small fishing boat.
Not aggressive anymore, aren't we, mister?
While all the passengers of the SS Burya slept soundly, thanks to the almost magical effects of the slumber-inducing potion the evening meals had contained.
So that's what happened. The only people awake on the last night were the crew people who dislike chicken and the newborn passenger, Miss Pavlova. And that means that would have been possible for you. You have used the emergency stop to trick to the locked Cosmo's cabin door.
But how does that make sense? Surely every cabin door would have ended up locked in that case, and there would have been complete chaos. Oh, I wouldn't say so. What?
Ah, of course. Just like us, all the other passengers would have eaten their evening meal of chicken in their cabins. After which should have been overwhelmed by the tiredness because of the sleeping drug.
Quite, and accordingly, all passengers were already in their cabins for the night.
Yes.
The overwhelming majority of passengers would habitually sleep with their cabin doors bolted anyway.
Oh, that was not what I want to press by accident. Oh, let us please, and
Yeah. I'm hungry. I want my pancakes.
Pancakes.
yeah, you're keeping us on hold, Justin.
I'm sorry, but we are close to the end, I swear.
Yeah, you
At least it's on the page, bro. It's on the page. We are really, really close to the end.
Yeah.
But you guys can get some food if you want.
No,
Come on,
Justin.
get up with it.
It's what we
We're gonna
put
keep going.
Then say your line.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, you can sort of interrupt me, but okay. And so, not one of them would have found it remarkable to find the door locked in the morning. In summary, in order to fasten the bolt of a single cabin door on the ship, the culprit brought the entire vessel to an emergency stop in the early hours of the morning.
You have talked too long and said many things. What is point?
The point is what I said earlier. There was somebody else present on the scene when the victim lost his life last night. Someone who left a message in Russian on the floor in an attempt to incriminate another. Someone who tried desperately to hide the broken fragments of glass that would reveal the culprit's identity. And someone who abused the ship's emergency stop procedure in order to lock a door. All told, a busy night.
But I don't know any of this. I'm just a little girl.
You like to speak with your English words and explain your clever ideas. But I'm a sailor and sailor doesn't listen to long boring stories. We don't believe. Sailors like me, we trust only what we see with our eyes.
A laudable trait.
What?
I am quite of the same disposition, my good man. Observation to me is everything. Mr. Naruhodo,
Oh yes.
do you hear it? The accusatory cry of guilt on the wind?
What a sort of cry of guilt.
Sorry. You have lost me.
Proof of involvement, man, but you can't hear such a call with your ears.
The bell?
No, you must hear it with your eyes. For observation is the basis of all deduction.
What are you talking about?
I believe the time has come for one final, logic and reasoning spectacular to expose the truth.
If this
logic
So, Mr. Naruhodo, your assistance, if you please.
please
if
no
this
more
is
than
logic, and it will end, Danny and I are coming to Australia and trying.
No, I'm putting just then
to
a stop. Because, like, if we have to do another one of those logic and conspiracy stuff, I'm just like putting a break, like. Eep!
Yeah.
With what exactly,
Well-
Mr. Jones?
With observation, my dear fellow, just as I said, of these two prevaricators?
Sorry, Justin. We're just getting really tired, and we wanted it to end.
I understand, guys,
hungry.
I understand.
And I'm hungry, and if I'm hungry, I'm getting grumpy.
Me too. Me grumpy man.
Metal.
Observation.
If you remember, Mr. Naruto, we all know that somebody tried to fabricate evidence, don't we? By tampering with the scene of Miss Asugi's death. We are looking for this as a trace of evidence that one of those two was there when it happened. Justin!
Precisely, you are delightfully quick to grasp my meaning.
Alright, I will see what I can see. We're looking for a trace of evidence that shows someone else has been last night when Kazuma died.
So, back of his shirt, there's an ink stain on the back of his shirt somewhere.
Holy shit!
Yes!
Seaman strong enough? You seem to have a quite large purple stain on the back of your white uniform there. Eh?
Ah yes, I am, I don't know where that dirt came from.
God, come from.
So nothing in particular comes to mind about the stain?
What are you trying to say?
It would appear that the significance of the stain has escaped your attention, Seaman. Allow us to make it plain.
A very large purple stain on the back of Siemens Stroganoff uniform.
And I think it won't make us clear.
Indeed it is. So, Mr. Naruhodo, present the evidence that proves it.
My pleasure. Alright then, the evidence that proves the stain on back of Siemens really is...
The crime scene notes. The crime scene photograph, sorry, photograph.
Yes!
Yes, this is the photograph, and the ink shows this is actually what the stain on a uniform. Ink?
A rather unusual color of ink. Purple.
No!
Ah, the penny drops. At last. Now you see the significance.
The Russian word on the floor next to the victim was written in purple ink. And the stain on the back of the uniform is the ink of the same color.
If the ink had been dry, it couldn't possibly have stained your uniform in that way. Which means... you must have been present in the cabin in the moments immediately after the ink was spilled.
Alright, yes. It was me. I did it. Everything. I arranged everything in that student cabinet to make it look like word or man did it. I put a button to make your burger amazing stop and bolt cabinet door shut. I did everything so no one will respect our angel.
Biff, please.
Don't worry, angel. Let me do talking. After 1 in the morning, well, I was on duty patrolling passageway, and our angel came to me. He was white as sheet.
Biff, please. You must help me.
Is this finally the end?
I went with her. The cabinet to the number 1 was open. When I looked inside, I saw a student boy on the floor. What happened here?
Please, don't tell anyone. My little one, my little furry friend.
Everything that happened in the cabinet is like Angel told you.
The kitten escaped to the ventilation into Mrs. Osogi's cabin, and he tripped over and broke his neck, and he fell on the floor.
Yes, that's right.
So after the incident, when the cat ran away, Miss Pavlova then visited the cabin next to hers. Only to find its occupant lying lifeless on the floor.
She says she was worried when she heard the sound of falling on the floor. That's why when she looked up. No, Angel? The door was not locked. She opened it to look, and you already know what happened after.
There's just one thing, if you wouldn't mind.
What?
When you went to Miss Asogi's cabin, Miss Pavlova, was he already dead? Why?
I already told you! When Nina opened the door of the student and looked inside.
I was asking Miss Pavlova. Well,
Oh, Miss Poslova?
Qua. Oh. Yes, that's right. Last time it was dark, and he was wearing black, but he was on the floor, not moving. I was scared. I understand, and I believe you.
So this is the final... Is that finally it now? We have discovered the real truth about Kazuma's death at last?
Ah, something very nearly slipped my mind.
Okay, Justin. I'm getting grumpy.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes?
This photograph... Yes, I took this myself, you know. The cause of death was a broken neck, therefore the victim died instantly. And the unfortunate incident that precipitated these events, a kitten on which the victim stumbled. However, if those are the facts, there is one particular area in this photograph that seems to me somewhat unnatural.
What do you mean, unnatural?
What are your thoughts on the matter, Mr. Naruhodo?
Hmm? Oh, well... What is it?
Click on his clenched hand, the left hand, bro. You have to present that.
Yes!
Alright, if he really fell down on a fortunate accident, then his fist just doesn't seem quite right.
The exact same thought occurred to me. In a fall, one's instinct is to open the palms flat. Yet here we see the victim with his left hand tightly bored into a fist. Almost, you might say, as though he were gripping something.
What do you mean?
Simply that I took the liberty of investigating the victim's fist a short while ago.
You did?
And what, pray, do you imagine I found there, my dear fellow?
Mr. Show us, please.
And hurry it up. Why, of course, my dear madam. Why would I keep you in suspense? I mean, yes. This is what I found.
The other part of her ear bell, though I was missing!
A crescent moon with a little gemstone in the middle.
Yes, you're right. A crescent moon. It's very pretty, but what does it tell us?
It tells us nothing.
I'm not so sure. The crescent moon looks familiar somehow. I'm sure I've seen it somewhere before.
Earring.
Observation, Mr. Naruhodo. That is the key.
What?
The truth is now tantalizingly close.
How did that crescent moon came Kazuma's clenched fist?
This is the final clue. The last piece of the puzzle.
Let it be the last! Sorry.
Yeah.
Ask yourself, what does this little crescent moon mean? What significance has it? And observe find the answer with your own eyes.
I'm gonna make a guess. It's otherwise the left ear or the right ear.
It's missing on the right ear.
It doesn't actually matter which one you click.
Yes.
The right ear is missing.
Miss Pavlova, I noticed on your ear, even though you have a metal earring, the diagonal part is still of it seems to be missing. The little link holding it up must be broken somehow. Hey, what? You look at your other ear. I know there's a crescent moon.
Ow!
I don't believe it!
Aw.
Now, the missing crescent moon was found in the victim's clenched fist. Clearly, there was only one logical conclusion. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes. Miss Pavlova, Mr. Osogi must have grasped that crescent moon and pulled it from your ear. Perhaps just moments before he fell to the floor. In other words, last night, Mr. Osogi's cabin, you witnessed the moment victim fell with your own eyes. In fact, you were quite literally at the arm length from him. And then the question is, why did Mr. Osogi do it? That? Why did he pull your earring from your ear and hold it in a clenched fist during his final moments?
Oh no.
Angel? No one can protect you now. Please, Miss Pavlova, tell us the truth. Last night, what did you do to Kazama?
Yeah?
Finally!
Yeah?
Ah. When I think about everything that happened yesterday, it was too much.
Actually, running away, the fishing boat in the middle of the night, trying to climb into this huge ship.
I'm sorry, I didn't know it was her.
And then, when I was last in this cabin and could relax, it was a horrible long day. Argavit! I couldn't believe when she disappeared to the ventilator. I tried to call her with a little whistle. I tried whipping her favorite toy. But nothing worked. Daka would not come back. Knock knock. Dot 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 dot. Clunk. What are you doing here in this night, Inspector?
Oh, wait, it was him.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
That's my line.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Sorry.
Who
Justin
is
went
playing
automatic
Kazuma?
modes.
Who is playing Kazuma? Me. I thought it was a friend of mine. A young man from your country. He was very polite and kind. He helps me to find Daka, and he promised not to tell anyone. But then, when I had my friend in my arms again, and I was going to leave this man's cabin... Just a moment, sorry, but... Oh, yes? I'm sure I know your face. I've seen you somewhere before. Of course, you're Nikolovia Pavlova, aren't you? The Russian ballerina. Huh? No, I don't know that name. My heart nearly stopped when he said it. He knew who I was. How could this man from a land far away east know a Russian ballerina? Yes, I saw your performance in Japan. The beauty of the ballet made me deep impression on me. But what are you doing in this ship? I'm sure I read your ballet company was performing in Shanghai at the moment. I can't fool him. I have to tell him the truth and hope he doesn't tell anyone. I have no other choice. I see. So you run away. Please, please keep my secret. Don't tell anyone. Give me a moment. I could use another option here. He's going to pull the cord. He's going to tell the captain.
Oh my god, that was he not looking at. You wrench. Oh my god. He was not looking at that. He was looking at the cabinet where we were sleeping.
Yeah. Why did I think I could trust him? Then it happened, everything at once. It was only a second, but it felt like forever. Wait, I shouted, and then Daka jumped out of my arms and down to the young man's feet. And as he turned around to look at me, oh,
that hurts.
I pushed him. I don't even know why. I don't even know why I did it. I was just so scared. And I had to stop him from telling anyone about me.
And that's when you went to fetch help from seen man strong enough who was on duty out in the passageway. I heard Nina cry out and thud on the floor, so I ran to her. She's standing at the cabinet door, shaking like a leaf. She looked at me and said, "Help me, Biff." Oh, we went synced.
Help me, Biff. If they find out that will be, please, I have nowhere to go.
So you decided to help. And that's when you arranged things with Cosmo's cabin to make it look like I did it. I wasn't expecting a passenger in the cabinet next door. Yes. I went to Camden and looked around to make sure there was nothing to show Nina was there. And I found Stowaway in Wardrobe, still sleeping. Right, that was when he found me.
So you worked out a plan to lay the blame on the Stowaway.
I closed wardrobe doors and put back strange paper sign. Luckily for me, that was the only reason so someone started to believe me when I was innocent. I dragged young man's body to a good place and used ink spilled to write on floor. I read so that person who found him would look like inside wardrobe to find Stowaway.
And tell me, what of the glass bell?
How much longer?
Well, we solved the case.
It was by
I guess
my
this is
feet.
a backstory.
It was by my feet, so I picked it up.
I see.
But it was dark in the cabin. I didn't notice the other half.
The angel went back to her cabin and I finished the job. I pressed the emergency button in the passageway.
Yes.
Accordingly, the SS Burya did indeed come to an emergency halt at a little after 2 a.m. Thus enticing the bolt on the cabin door to slide shut, creating the locked room mystery.
There's still one thing I don't understand, Miss Pavlova. Now watch. Why are you watching that? You said that you told Tazuma about the fact that you ran away from your homeland. Is it because you were worried that he was going to tell the captain that you pushed him? Isn't that right?
Yes.
But even if he pulled the bell and called for the captain of the ship, aren't you friends with every member of the crew? Why would that have been a problem?
It was what he said first that made me scared.
What he said first?
What are you doing here at this time of night, Inspector? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was a friend of mine. He said an inspector was his friend.
Ah, yes, meaning me. Who was supposed to be acting as his bodyguard.
I thought it was the police knew about me. They would arrest me. So before he could pull the bell cord, I... May I stop you for a moment, please, Miss Pavlova? Huh? It just doesn't seem to make sense. I mean, was Mr. Asugi really going to pull the bell cord? I don't know. What? What do you think, Mr. Naruhuru-san?
Well, I'm not Kazuma, so I cannot know for certain, but... he was a man of his word. If he told you he wouldn't give your secret away, then he wouldn't have done.
He was walking over to it. He was going to pull the cord. He was going to make them send me back.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo, the day's work is not yet done, it seems. There is one more deduction to make. Oh, there isn't! Shut up! Even I'm getting a little pissed off at this guy. Shut up! We want this to finish.
Yeah, what? Another deduction?
Yes, what action was the victim really about to take at that moment?
Asking his friend, Naruhuru-san.
Can we determine whether the young man's gaze was directed?
Do we really need to?
First, consider the victim's location within his cabin. Gosh, this guy's still talking!
Yeah, that's easier. I remember every detail in that room. I mean, yes, I spent quite a lot of time in the wardrobe, but still. The cabin has been my home for this entire voyage.
So it is how the cabin looked like tonight, when Miss Pavlova visited Kazuhumuzama.
Yes, it's exactly how it was.
Are you ready then, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes. If there's one thing I learned today, that you need to shut up! It's the case. A simple case can reveal all matters of truth. Not only that, the order draws right into conclusion. You cannot afford to be out of it when you're following the case to where it lands. So where it turns out, Miss Pavlova, what exactly we're looking at?
He's looking at the cabin.
Yep, at the wardrobe.
Considering everything that had happened last night. Considering it may have looked as Cosmo was going to ring the bell cord. Shut up, Sholmes.
Yes, however... What is directly beside the bell cord? The wardrobe.
Come on, Shorts. Hurry it up.
Thank
The,
They really like to
wardrobe?
drag. They really like to drag these endings on, don't they?
Yeah.
Jeez. And more importantly, what was inside the wardrobe?
We have doubled up the time already.
The man's great friend, sleeping soundly.
Oh. Miss Pavlova, please think back very carefully. What were Mr. Asogi's exact last words last night? Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here. Another opinion. Option. Opinion.
Yes, but not from a member of the crew. No, Mr. Soji intended to consult his close friend on the matter. To see if, between them, they might be able to help in some way, no doubt.
Oh no! Sadly, we can't know the truth of certain now. It's too late for that. But I wish you had made sure of what Mr. Asogi was looking at. Things may have ended very differently if you had.
Rash decisions. Miss Pavlova. I want to thank you for finally admitting the truth. Unfortunately, the truth is, a man lost his life because what you did will never change. Hope you will never forget that.
I'm sorry. Really, I'm so sorry. What have I done?
Please bring it to an end! And so, at long last, the mystery surrounding the material energy of the SS on the SS Burra is finally laid to rest. Please!
9th of January, 7:14 p.m. The SS Burra first class cabin passway.
Oh, come on, it has to be close to an end, surely.
Well, his glasses are fixed, so I guess yes. What will happen to Miss
And
Pavlova now?
He's not sore anymore.
Yep.
Once we reach Great Britain, she'll be handed over to the British police at Scotland Yard.
What about the fact that she ran away from Russia? One of the Russians were trying to repatriate her.
Apparently, the English detective can speak to the immigration office and sort all that out.
Sholmes can do that? You won't be going back to Russia then?
No, I don't think so. Even if she wanted to return in the future, I doubt she would be able to. She ran away, so now she's in exile for life.
I see. I'm sorry. She meant strong enough? I want to help our angel no matter what, but I didn't think about you. How about you lost good friend? I will go with Nina. I will give myself to British police. It's kind of you. In the meanwhile, thank you for letting me go free again. Cosmo's death feels like such a waste, but... well... do what you can for Miss Pavlova, won't you? Duh. Oh, that was so perfect! I already knew!
Come on. End this already.
Well, I'm afraid you need to pack now. We're due to arrive in Hong Kong tomorrow, as much as it pains me. I'm going to have to hand you over to the consul to arrange your passage back to Japan.
Yes, I did stow away after all. Couldn't really expect it any different.
So you should get back to your cabin now.
Ah! Looks my study tour to Great Britain is over before it even began then. I think all the days come, Cosmo and I were laughing together. We tear up the streets of London. It seems so distant memory now. Oh, what's that? Is it someone weeping? To Sato-san?
Naruhodo-san, I didn't know you had returned.
Oh, well, I haven't been back long. Inspector Azunanga just told me I should pack, you know, ready to leave the ship tomorrow and all.
Dot 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 dot. Dot 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 dot. I still can't believe this has happened. I can't believe someone's life can be over just like that.
To Sato-san.
We had such a grand ideas to visit the Great Britain, so many dreams. And now they have been cruelly taken away, just as he has. I thought I could never forgive the person responsible. But now we know the truth that it was just an accident. Such a silly series of mishap. It's so much, Naruhodo-san. It's just too much.
Yes, I know.
I wish there was something I could say. Inspector!
My duty was to see Asogi-san safely to Great Britain. But I failed, and caused his two closest friends great pain and suffering as a result. I've let everyone down. And I will do anything to make up for my terrible blunder.
Nobody blames me, Inspector. And I'm free again. Huh? Oh, that dick! Wait, I didn't press.
Surprise, Mr. Naruhodo?
What? What is the meaning of this?
Oh, a trifling matter. Simply that in my head, I think I shall always picture you wearing those shackles. Without them, the balance seems all wrong. It's distracting.
Sorry?
What a bastard! So I decided to restore them, for old time's sake, shall we say? You are a stowaway, after all.
What a dick! He thinks this is funny?
Oh, come on, Justin. Mr. Sholmes?
Final reason that now it just keeps going.
It's like almost the end of the day.
I know!
We do appreciate all of your assistance. I would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Not at all, not at all. And no, it's a little late. May I offer my sincere condolences.
Yeah, it's a lot late.
The loss of your companion is truly heartrending.
It's 3:28 p.m. here.
I know!
I'm afraid that won't be possible. I think I missed the line, but it's alright. Let's get this over and done with. We shall be disembarking at the next port in Hong Kong. We had to return to Japan and make a full report about everything that's happened.
What? Wait a minute. Just me has to go back, isn't it? I mean, I was a stowaway.
Hmm.
The terms of this study tour were negotiated by the Department of Justice in both Great Britain and Japan. It was to be one lawyer and one assistant.
Was to be?
In the light of Miss Osogi's unfortunate death, I'm afraid the study tour can no longer go ahead.
Oh no, I don't care for me, but... Where's Sata-san?
My dear, the majority of problems have an extremely simple situation, you know.
Oh, you...
This guy! All you require is one lawyer, and the study tour can continue, surely?
Yeah.
But there is no one else in the necessary qualification, Mrs. Jones. We know no other lawyer. Lawyer. Go ahead. Click. Click.
Seriously?
Qualifications, you say? Any qualifications obtained in your own country will be of little value in Great Britain, I'm afraid.
Oh, but...
But anyway, the voyage to London still promises a good month of time. Ample opportunity, I would say, to find yourselves another suitable lawyer.
Do I need to point out, Miss Usata? Photo?
Yeah.
Do you think perhaps I may be able to do it?
Ah.
But you're not a lawyer, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, unless... Are you studying law?
No, I'm not, but...
I'm sorry. In that case, I don't think there's even a chance it could work. But, as I said, there is still more than a month before we reach England's shores.
Oh my god.
Isn't that right, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes, I have a month in which to study, to learn what must become a lawyer in Great Britain.
Mr. Nanahudu?
That's ridiculous! Are you seriously suggesting anybody could learn all of that in just 40 days?
There's only one way to find out. I would work my fingers to the bone, Inspector, every single day. Will you let me try? And if by the time we reach Britain I have learned enough to recognize as a lawyer, I will take whatever punishment is demanded appropriate.
But why put yourself in such a difficult position?
For Kazama! He said there was something he had to do in Great Britain, and that he would sacrifice anything to make it happen.
Oh.
He was passionate about it. I can't let that passion just come to nothing. Anyway, for my own benefit too. I will become a lawyer. I have to. What do you say, Miss Sudasata?
It's a wonderful idea.
Thank you.
So, what does our bespectacled inspector friend say? Are you serious?
That's all our faces I know.
One lawyer and one assistant. The numbers are indisputable. No, no, no. It's madness. Yet fascinating, wouldn't you agree? Fascinating?
Just make it stop.
Duty and rules are the dull routine of existence that we all abhor. Give us interest, give us fascination, give us an edge to this story! Speak for yourself.
I agree, buddy. Speak for yourself, motherfucker.
Besides, qualifications are no measure of a man. What matters is his character, no? Hmm? And you've witnessed ample evidence of this man's exemplary character today with your own eyes. From the early hours of this morning until this very moment now. Despite contending with the passing of his close companion, and despite the accusation of guilt, this man has shown resourcefulness, intelligence, and above all, courage. Very well. I'll think of a clever way to word my report to the Department of Justice.
Inspector.
After all, I did just make a promise, didn't I? I said that I'd do anything at all to make up for my shortcomings here.
Inspector.
Yay! Fez! If you'll excuse me, I must pay a visit to the captain's quarters, I think. I need to discuss what to do next and how best to make my report.
Alright. Are you really prepared to attempt this, Mr. Naruto-san?
Yes, I'm going to try. I wonder. Will you consider teaching me what I need to know? Everything about being a lawyer? Just please say yes.
I would be delighted to help you. I am your just a little assistant.
Thank you. Cannot stop!
Mr. Naruto. I would like you to have charge of him.
What? Me? You sure?
I'm sure it's what Kazuma-sama would have been wanted. Its name is Karuhuma. It's a great sword that has been in the Sugi clan for generations.
Very well. I accept. I will treasure it always. And then Miss... So then, Miss Surusata, it seems we've been working together for some time. Come yet.
And for the next 40 days, I shouldn't drench a single minute of freedom. We shall fill every spare moment with study.
Yes, that's exactly what I will need. No! We need freedom!
But before we begin, I have an earnest favor to ask of you too.
Goodness, what is it?
Please, throw me to the ground.
Wait, what?
2 times.
What?
What?
The fuck?
What?
Should never have doubted you. You were Kazuma-sama's closest friend. Of course, you would never have done anything to hurt him. And you should have been obvious to me from the start.
But allow suspicion to get for the better of me. And no matter how upset I was feeling, it was completely unforgivable behavior.
No, you were in shock. You just found out about me being stowaway and the cabin door was locked from the inside.
I won't make you excuses for me. Whatever the circumstance, I would never have joined you. And just at once, but 5 times.
That number keeps creeping up. Creeping up, doesn't it?
Please, you must. Just take a hold of me, throw at me, do it. Don't even think about it.
No, I don't even know how. I never drawn anyone in my life.
Very wise, Mr. Naruhodo. It isn't a skill one acquires without considerable training.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes.
I observed your throwing technique several times with great interest. I confess I was most impressed.
And when did you see that?
I presume that would be a form of Japanese wrestling?
Oh, well, in a way, it was not wrestling, just my interpretation and an ancient jiu-jitsu technique.
Apparently it's caused you a takedown. It leaves your head swimming, believe me.
How beguiling.
Please make it stop!
I am a practitioner of the combative arts myself. I am a somewhat accomplished boxer.
Bing, 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 bing. There he goes, dancing around again.
Maybe we should punch him out so he can shut up. Right, guys?
Yeah.
I wonder if you'd be so kind as to instruct me on the technique of your arresting throw.
I want to see that. Oh! Yes. We want to see.
Then let us not dally. Demonstrate, my dear madam.
Bleeding.
Are you ready, Mr. Naruhodo?
Sorry.
I can see the throat from the abdomen.
He's just sitting there.
Oh yes, arresting indeed. And that was what you turned the Susato takedown, is it?
Actually, no, that was a Satsuru squash.
Please make it stop. My going. A scene of it, even I was spending that because my flickering in my mind. Karma. That's right.
That is right.
Sira.
That's right. Its priceless sword have been passed down to the generation of the Soviet clan.
I can't believe you managed to get permission to bring it with you. I mean, taking a katana on a study tour is more than a little irregular, surely.
A Japanese man's sword is a soul in a suke. It can be part from my katana. Karuma guides me. I truly believe that.
Do we get Elsa's banana? Names compels the wielder to slice evil in two. Not that you need much compelling.
On that subject. On that subject.
Yeah, sorry. Somebody just keep talking to me. I'm getting annoyed by it.
Important that I have to do in a Great Britain. And I'll sacrifice everything to make that happen. I appreciate you seeing it through with me.
Of course I will. Whatever it is, I will see it through the end with you. Just make it stop!
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
The important thing you had to do. Still don't know what it was. But I'm going to see that place for myself and work it out. Great Britain's capital, London, capital. Is this the end?
I think it is.
Thank God!
Wow. I'm so sorry, guys. Seriously, we were on the last page, and I thought, by the looks of the page itself, it looked like a fairly short chapter. Like, no joke, it looks like a really short chapter, but that just kept going and going.
3 hours and 30 minutes, buddy! 3 hours!
I know.
2 hours too much!
I know. Alright, okay, I understand. I'm sorry.
It's okay, we forgive you.
Power on your head, Justin.
Well, this is the end, guys. For now, we'll see you next week. Bye bye for now. You know where to find us on social media. Bye bye.
Bye.